Welcome back. We continue live right here at Pittsburgh CW. We do this show 7 nights a week, so if you want to talk about anything sports related, be sure to call us at 412-575-2600 or tweet at KD Pomp is my Twitter handle. Troy Elich says, Robert, is it totally off the rails to think perhaps Le'Veon Bell might play for the Steelers in 2019? I don't think any way that Antonio Brown is on the team, but maybe Bell. Well, if they think he can help them, I think when you look at Bell versus Brown, people have come to a conclusion about Brown that they necessarily have not made about Bell. You can look at Bell and say it's strictly business, and you can edit there if you want. You may not like what he did, but Brown, on the other hand, looks like he's got major issues that they got to deal with here. Is it possible that Antonio Brown returns? I think so. The more of this stuff that goes on, you wonder if there's going to be a market for him at all and how much they would get in return. Ed Bouchette has speculated a 4th or a 5th round pick based on talking to NFL GMs anonymously. Okay, 4th or 5th round pick for him? That means Martavis Bryant fetched more with a 3rd round pick. If Bell signs a transition tag and he does sign with another team and the Steelers like the offer or the terms of it, is it out of the question that they would sign it with the intention of him coming back? No. I think also the NFL is investigating Antonio Brown. The Steelers need to know by the time they make their decision on him, is there going to be discipline? Because there could be. The police who covered that alleged domestic issue have pictures. And who knows, wouldn't be surprised one day those pictures surface. And if they're bad pictures or whatever, who knows what can happen there. So I think there's still a lot to consider on all of these topics. Let's go to Will in McKees Rocks. What's up, Will? How are you?
Hey, Pomp, how are you tonight?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I wanted to get your opinion on the signing of Melky Cabrera today, and also to see if, on paper, he takes over for Polanco, or is it still going to be Chisenhall, in your opinion?
I still think it's going to be Chisenhall. I don't even think Cabrera, he may not make the roster. I'm not convinced. I mean, he's been a decent player when he's been on the field, not injured and not under PED. So, can he give them something that can help? Yes. But I don't think at this point I'd slot him ahead of Lonnie Chisenhall. So I don't know at this point. It just depends on what he has to offer, Will. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. We got this from Kevin Davis on Twitter. Again, it's at KD Pomp. He says, why is the focus of the DH that pitchers can't hit? Why isn't there more focus on guys that are accommodated with a roster spot that can't catch a virus and their home to first time could be time with a sundial? The glorified PHers are not ball players. That's embarrassing. Well, listen, I would agree that if you're in the National League and you are a pitcher, why not work on your hitting? It makes no sense to me that they don't do a lot of that. These guys, you're an automatic out in most cases. Work on your hitting. If you're a position player and that's a position on the field, you should be able to work on it to the point where you're not. And most of these guys, keep in mind, in high school and college are pretty good hitters. They just don't do it anymore. Clint in Altoona. Hey, Clint, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
All right.
Just to expound a little bit on a couple of the callers of the Pirates signings and everything. Cabrera, I know they signed a minor league deal. Is he starting single A, double A, or what's going on with that? And also, Liriano, is he projected to be in the starting rotation or out? Whatever.
He's not even maybe projected to be on the team. He might be. He's a good lefty versus lefty kind of guy. But as far as Cabrera, I don't know that he's guaranteed of anything other than an opportunity to show that he still can play and still can help. And if so, then they'd have to make a decision on that. So at this point, I think that's all up in the air. And again, Rich Walsh will begin his reports in Bradenton coming up on Wednesday, 5, 6, and 11 on KDKA-TV Sports. We're going to take a break, come back with more right here on Pittsburgh CW.